Guys. So Ricardo Jimenez recommended that I listen to Yo Soy el Papá, but he wasn't the only one. Giovanna talked about it too. I mean, Mateo talked about it too. There were a lot of people who were always saying, Yo Soy el Papá, listen to that one, listen to that one. So I'm going to react to it, okay? If you're new to my channel and you end up liking my content, please subscribe. Leave a nice comment, keep your negative comment to yourself, and share, spread the message that there is a bilingual channel, Spanish and English, translating. I hope that this reaches the world, everybody who speaks Spanish and English, not just Americans, not just Latinos from Latin America. Híjole. Okay, that's so funny. We got to talk about that. This thing is Generation X because they don't have that anymore. That was the alarming sound that you could hear if there was an emergency. There's an emergency. So he's saying that there's an emergency with that sound, right? We had that, but it didn't work on September 11th. They didn't have it when they needed the emergency. See? Oh, look up at the flag, so beautiful.
Hay muchas formas de expresar lo que uno siente. Desahogos personales. Yo soy papá. Oyente, no es mala conducta que tuve una vida bruta, producto de...
Okay, so he's starting off saying, you know, let's talk about this. This is real, all right? I am a father. And then he's like, it's not that it's not that I'm not conscious, it's just that I didn't have a good education. So I guess he's going to talk about him and his reality, where he comes from.
Hay muchas formas de expresar lo que uno siente. Desahogos personales. Yo soy papá.
Yeah, he's going to express himself, you know, and there's a lot of ways to express yourself. He chose this way. He chose the bars. And he's a dad.
Oyente, no es mala conducta que tuve una vida bruta, producto de nacer en una sociedad corrupta. La culpa de mi mal comportamiento es mi lamento.
Oh my God. Okay, this is good. And I go like that, oh my God, not because what he's saying is shocking to me, but I know that if my friends hear, that's why my friends don't like rap. Yeah. I could never, ever. I mean, only one of them, and I think because she has an older son. I'm pretty sure that my friend, she knows of Lapiz. She might, because her sons, you know, they're in their 20s. And she's not like Dominican. She's Dominican American. Like, she's, you know, she grew up here and her kids were born here. But, yo, no, eso no se le puede decir a dominicano. Uy, this is like, esto es, and I'm getting goosebumps. I guess it's because it's my culture, huh? Porque this is so funny because, I mean, I would not do the same thing, yeah. I would not do the same thing with the United States. It's like the United States feels the same way as my Dominican friends feel, as most Dominicans. You don't talk bad about the country. And like you can, and with Dominicans, at least you can talk it among yourself. Like, you know, another friend of mine, we're talking about, you know, the situations in DR, and you know, and how we have it here. And another friend of ours who was not even with us at that moment, she was doing hair. She's a hairdresser, so she was doing her hair. She came over to us and told us, please stop talking bad about the country. Dejen de hablar mal del país. No hay necesidad de decir eso, y menos delante de gente extraña, menos delante de gente de otros países. You know, don't say it in front of people from other countries. We both got quiet. We were like, what? And this is public, okay? He's doing it broadly. But I mean, I don't see it as something wrong. I admit it. I mean, I love Dominican Republic. Like I love the United States. You know, I love both countries. And but they both have things that are bad and they have things that are good, you know, and just talking about it, acknowledging that, being real about that. It's not that you hate it. It's not a, ¿cómo se dice? It's not equivalent to saying that you hate the country, because that means that you will hate yourself. It's not that you don't want to be from there too, because that's how a lot of people take it. Oh, porque entonces tú no, porque como tú no te crees dominicana, como tú que no eres dominicana, and I'm like, you know, you can't be saying that. But I guess, I don't know. I guess that he did. Same thing with Americans. Americans do the same thing. Like, get out of the United States, or you don't want to be an American. You know, you hate the country. You're not a real American. I am a real American, and I am a real Dominican.
Yo soy papá. Oye, no es mala conducta, es que tuve una vida abrupta, producto de nacer en una sociedad corrupta. La culpa de mi mal comportamiento es mi lamento, porque así me catalogan a mí, porque yo no miento, porque soy voz de la calle, me censuran, pero oídos que depuran mis palabras no creen eso, no. Quieren meterme preso, por la verdad que preso, porque yo no...
Okay, so he's saying, I don't know how true that is, but maybe it might be true. Now I gotta dig on this guy to find out his story and why was he in Washington Heights. I don't know much about Lapiz. I just know that he came out at the same time that Daddy Yankee was out in Residente, because I remember listening to him in the streets of New York. You know, when I went to visit my friend, the one that I told you to have a kid who probably knows him. And, you know, when I was going over there, it was like, you know, he was playing out. So I thought, okay, he was playing. He was on the radio. I mean, I would listen, not on the radio, but people talking about him. And yeah, on the radio too. And he was like, okay, they were like saying that he lived in Washington Heights. So in my mind, it was like he just went there to make it, a buscársela, pues se vino para acá a buscársela. He just went to New York like any other Dominican who wants to go to New York to make money. And, you know, he knew he had that talent, so he's like, aquí le doy. ¿Me entiendes? Porque para buscársela no importa, tanto en la factoría, en la escuela, en el trabajo, como en la música, wherever you gotta get it. So that's what I thought that's what I think his background is. Now I'm wondering if he left Dominican Republic because they were trying to put him in jail. Because he's saying that they're trying to put him in jail because of the things that he said. And he's explaining that he's not bad, you know, it's not that he's a bad person. It's that he's a product of the corrupted society where he grew up. And I mean, like you can tell, I shake. I don't like saying that because it's sad, but it's true.
Quieren meterme preso, por la verdad que preso, porque yo no soy un títere, tan solo por eso es que la mierda de país, así Pali le decía, es perfecto para vivirlo, pero por la burguesía, dejen ya la hipocresía, funcionarios y militares.
That is so true, that is so true. Everybody's saying, oh, Dominican Republic is so great to live. But the only reason that it's great to live there, or for the only people that's great, like for me, it would be great if I take American dollars. Heck yeah. And I lived like that for a while. I did live in Dominican Republic. So I had that luxury of having money sent to me with dollars. So they multiply. But there's a lot of poverty.
Hay tanta gente pobre con tanta necesidad de no están los hospitales, trabajos y escuelas, secuelas de una pesadilla mientras la novela entretiene al que no tiene deseos de superación. Con palabras bonitas no progresa una nación podrán.
So he's saying right here that there's a lot of hunger, but and a lot of need, but it is distracted by the soap opera, that they watch soap opera. He's like, that's how they keep us from, and that's what entertains those who do not want to move ahead. That's how they stay complacent. And then he said that he had what was it that, okay, hold on, because I have it on the tip of my tongue. So se creen de la burguesía. All right, hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta get it back now.
La novela entretiene al que no tiene deseos de superación. Con palabra bonita.
Yeah, with beautiful words. That's true. That's what I was looking. Con palabra bonita, with beautiful words. They, pues, they control us, and they do the same thing in the United States, you know, the same thing, you know, that's what they have, these celebrities, and you hear all these chaos, and, you know, Michael Jackson, what's going on with Eminem, it's way to distract people from, hey, what's going on in your life, what's the reality, how's the situation with you, and what resources is your government, the elective that you put up there, because you need to have them. That's our, technically speaking, those are our masters, our God, but they're not supposed to be that. That's why we don't allow that, and we vote for them. But of course, the society as a whole needs a guide, needs someone to give us, not only with words, but with action, open resources, medicine, food, education, you know, the basic human needs. Those are right down there. Those are right down there in the triangle, Maslow. You know the triangle? Well, basic needs, medicine, food, and education.
Progreso, la nación podrán censurar mi voz, pero la población se prepara para la segunda revolución por la desesperación, los precios altos del combustible, los maltratos policiales son inconcebibles en el país.
So the same thing that's happening over there is happening here, like George Michael said, and it's happening everywhere in the world. Like when I was doing the Bubaceta video, and I showed part of Chile, there's a part with there's a fire going on. That's because they were also protesting. Colombia protested, Cuba, Spain has been protesting. Argentina has protested in the past. Lately, they haven't. They've been doing good, I guess. But, yeah. To say, you can shut me up, but the protests, people are going to get up and they're going to protest. They're going to go out there because they're suffering. But I don't know so much Dominicans, if Dominicans are going to do that. Because la verdad que yo no veo a mi gente así. I don't see them like that. They're not. They're very complacent. They're very complacent. And they're very with la Virgen de Guadalupe. So.
Está horriblemente desmoralizado, las autoridades lo tienen desacreditado, estamos vendados por un sistema confuso, dependemos y no toleremos más abusos. Qué pena me da ver mi patria con crisis severa, por la falta de empleo y demás, tan vacía la defensa y nevera, desde casa la oportunidad.
So he's doing auto-tune there, huh? But what he's singing, even and it sounds good. There are moments that the auto tunes, and Bad Bunny does that too. Some moments that they're not bad, that they come out pretty good. And in this case, it does because it expands the pain that's coming out from his voice. Okay, so because you could hear it, you could feel it, so it's coming out. And with that echo, with that auto tune, it feels more intense too. The despair. So he's talking about his despair, how despair he feels with the situation in the Dominican Republic, and with people that cannot eat, people living in miserable conditions. Okay, that part there, unnecessary, but he goes and says, if you're Dominican, put your flag up there, be proud, and you're proud of it, be proud of who you are. And then say, tell me if you're proud of the street of tobacco and rum, because those are the things. But again, so you see, this is the it could sound judgmental, but I'm sorry, that's the contradiction, the dichotomy. Alcohol is one of the sleep-ins too. It's one of the things that it's one of the dormants. It put people to sleep. So it's not only the novela, el ron, los cigarros, eso, quita tiempo. It's a waste of time because it doesn't allow you to, once you're drunk, you're not thinking, you're not functioning, and then the hangover the next day doesn't allow you to work and do the things that you need to do to get better. Because yes, we cannot depend on the government. The government's not going to do anything for us.
Gitano, levanta tu mano y grita fuerte aliento con el corazón que tú eres dominicano y que estoy orgulloso de la calle, el tabaco y el ron. Soy un ciudadano y quisieron ponerme aparte por decirle la verdad a los corruptos de Acroarte. Cada 2000 años nace un...
So he said, I'm Dominican and I'm a rapper, but they wanted to put me aside because I said the truth about the people that are in power. I told the truth about them.
Si tú eres dominicano, levanta tu mano y grita fuerte aliento con el corazón que tú eres dominicano y que estoy orgulloso de la calle, el tabaco y el ron. Soy un ciudadano y quisieron ponerme aparte por decirle la verdad a los corruptos de Acroarte. Cada 2000 años nace uno como yo, con los pantalones puestos, guerrero de corazón que no se dobla.
He said, every 2,000 years, somebody like me is born a warrior, a warrior in the heart.
Por dinero, ni por fama, ni por premio, no soy toda la manzana, podridas en tu gremio, lágrimas de mi mejilla, una pupila que brilla, refleja la impotencia de un varón cuando se quilla. Yo no tengo precio, no es monetario mi valor, en la vida he sufrido tanto que ignoré el dolor, yo no puedo decir lo que soy hoy en día, maldita sea, yo no soy Homero, pero esta es mi odisea, yo solo...
Okay, so wow, he's throwing bars there. I can't believe, and you see, that says a lot about the people that, what do you call this thing? That request songs. I got more requests for Fuerza de Mujer, which is a ballad, and it didn't impact me as much as this song that is me. It's my heart. It's everything I believe in, I think. So anyhow, so he's saying that, you know, that he doesn't sell himself the Grammys and the award, none of that is important. That if you see glistening coming down from his eyes, if you see it, it's because it's a tear. He's crying. And that, because and that he feels impotent, you know, he can't do anything about it. I mean, he can help, but he cannot stop it. And it's true, like all of us, but not all of us together. That's a different story. Oh, that would be so great. But it's so hard to unite people. You know, if we could all be together and work for a good cause, or at least most of us. That's why I want followers. I want my followers to be people who care about the system too. But you can't be picky, I guess, you know. But no, yeah, I do. That's the most important thing. Somebody who cares about doing something, about helping, you know, about recognizing the injustice, you know, and doing something about the system so the bottoms can rise. Because there's too few up there. I mean, they literally keep it like a pyramid. Wow, that's true, with Illuminati and all that stuff. You know, I'm digressing. But now that I think about it, yeah, because, you know, it's so narrow, the top angle. Huh. I like that. I used to say that too. I used to say, que Dios le multiplique lo que me desee. But, you know, that means God. So, but it doesn't matter. Okay, it's the same, so I just repeat it. I'm not going to say life. But sometimes I did say, que la vida te multiplique lo que me desees. And he's just saying that right now to him, to somebody, to the people that are talking, you know, that are condemning him and wishing the worst upon him because he's speaking up the truth. Because they don't like it. I know that. I'm Dominican. I know that they don't like it. You know, one time my sister's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, got mad at me because I tipped the bartender that he didn't want to tip, just because he got into a riff with the guy. It's like, what the? I don't. You know what I mean? We went out together. We just met. We just bumped into each other at the airport at that moment. And, I came in, my mom had just passed away. I was going to her funeral. And I'm in my own world. I don't know what's happening. I'm not going. So I just order a beer and that's it. And I ordered one for him, I think, because he bumped into me. He came and said hi. But I think he had been there already. I can't recall the whole how we saw each other. We were at the same plane going to DR, but we were not together. So he stopped right there. We talked to each other. And yes, I was, sad, drinking, because my mom had just passed away. I was going to her funeral. And he had something with the bartender, but that has nothing to do with me. So when I ordered the drinks, I tipped the bartender, because you always tip the bartender. And he got mad because I did that. So he went and told my sister, stuff about me, that I was drunk and whatever. He exaggerated. And I was like, okay, fine. But that's how people are.
Pecado porque estoy atado y conectado con el mundo. Mi lamento es profundo, son sinceras mis palabras, porque alrededor estoy viendo muchas cosas macabras. Te pido que la puerta de la libertad la abra para mi país que tanto lo necesita, mi hermano, que la
So he's saying that he's seeing all this, all this injustice going around, and he's like, he's asking them to stop that. He's insisting that they should stop, that they should not treat people like that, because it's not only hurting him, but it's hurting the rest of the Dominicans.
Pero esta es mi odisea, yo solo por comida hice lo que sea, y Dios me multiplica lo que tú me deseas. Oiga mi idea, Dios perdona mi pecado porque estoy atado y conectado con el mundo.
So he does believe in God. He's like, I'm asking God to forgive me because of what I'm doing, what I'm saying. So he does believe in God. But he feels like he's like Homer, like this is his odyssey. He has to go ahead and do it. So he's saying, my sadness is truth, my sadness is honest, and my worth are truth. Yeah, because I'm seeing a lot of macabre going around me. He said, I'm asking for freedom, that God gives us freedom for my country because it needs it. It doesn't just get fixed by saying abracadabra. Don't let them save it by saying abracadabra. Don't let my Quisqueya, my beautiful Quisqueya, la Quisqueya la Bella, to perish. So he said, like, right now I'm in the magazines, I'm in the magazine's cover, but I don't forget where I came from. And it's not just beautiful because of the sun and the beaches, but I mean, that's not enough. He's saying just because it's beautiful because the sun on the beaches, it doesn't mean that there's ugliness around it. He's like, I'm in a magazine cover, but I don't forget where I came from. That was pretty good. It was deep. By the way, he said that he doesn't forget that he came from the shelter too, because I guess he was homeless at one time. So I want to investigate more about this guy. Interesting. I don't know anything about this. And this so far has been the song that I've been mostly impressed by. This one. Esta fue la que más me impresionó más que la de... Y ahora entiendo por qué, ¿cómo se llama este? El Wilmer Roberts lo admiraba o lo admira. No sé, porque tenía fotos, le ha dicho que la ha tirado también, pero me imagino por qué, por esto. Because that's when he was starting out. So, I don't know, people change, things change, and you know. But it was a good song, and this one is going on my playlist of bilingual songs. So why don't you guys go and check out my playlist and check out Erica Shady playlist, and you can see more reactions that I have. So if you like this one, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, or don't forget to share. Leave a nice comment, and the negative comments, keep it to yourself. Bye.